Hey guys! Happy Valentine's! These heart boxes are so sophisticated yet easy to make in two arrangement styles. The crown of roses with chocolate-covered strawberries in the center, or half roses, half berries with Ferrero Rochers. Plus, I'm going to show you a DIY heart box on your Cricut in any color as the perfect keepsake, how to make a glittery Valentine's Day topper, and creative strawberry designs to complement the whole theme with lots of tips and tricks. So, to impress your small business customers or loved ones with these very cute boxes, let's create something magical! Some essential tips for chocolate-covered strawberries that look their best are to select larger berries that are even in size. This will fill out your box and have a more aesthetic presentation. Make sure the berries are fresh and picked out as close as possible to when you're dipping. And for a flawless coating on strawberries, the Sweet Tooth Berry brand of chocolate melts are my favorite. First, I insert long wooden skewers into berries that have been washed and dried and pull the leaves back. Then dip the berry all the way up to the top. I thinned out the Sweet Tooth Berry to a super fluid dipping consistency with easy thins. That way, if you need to double dip, the surface is smooth and doesn't appear clumpy. Finish by shaking off the excess and turn the berry upside down. I prefer standing them upright to dry instead of placing on parchment paper to prevent the flat back. Especially with lighter colors such as white or light pink, I always double dip since they are more sheer to prevent the seeds on the skin from peeking through the chocolate. Remember to never dip berries that are cold straight out of the fridge. Always allow them to come to room temperature before dipping. If you want to add something extra to a classic berry, the half and half design is an easy way to achieve that. Ensure the chocolate base is completely set, then tip your dipping container on a diagonal and hold in place for a few seconds to create a clean line. The fun part is the decorating. The box really comes together with a combination of drizzles, sprinkles, and some pipe designs. When drizzling, I have the most control with a medium consistency, not too flowy like a dipping consistency, yet not too stiff. I found the cutest assortment of Valentine sprinkles at Michael's Craft Store. This is a Sweet Tooth Fairy Valentine sprinkle mix. As soon as you finish drizzling, spoon your choice of nonpareils on half of the berry before the chocolate sets. For pipe designs, the key is that a stiffer consistency is needed to hold the shape of the design. I pipe the cartoon hearts by starting in the corner, creating two loops, then crossing over the first line. A common pipe design is the lattice. Begin with your swirl and twist the berries side to side as you form each loop. That really helps since strawberries are on a sloped surface and not flat. Another popular one this year is tic-tac-toe. Pipe the tic-tac-toe board with two vertical and two horizontal lines similar to a number symbol, and finish filling in the board with X's and heart sprinkles for the O's. For any pipe design, it really helps to cut the tiniest hole on your bag to create a pen-like tip and ensure the lines are thin. These mini heart sprinkles in this set were the perfect size. I secured them in place with a dot of chocolate and my go-to sprinkle grabber tool, which I will link in the description box below. You may notice I vary my piping technique. Sometimes I keep the berry flat in a cupcake liner, other times I hold the berry as I pipe. If you want to master your chocolate piping skills, I highly recommend watching my tutorial on how to pipe with chocolate. I walk you through the basics of everything you need to know from consistency to custom designs, so be sure to give that a watch. As for the heart box, the pre-made option is to grab the ones at Target. They're $5 each. They're high in demand right now, and I believe they're only available in red and white. So if you own a Cricut machine at home, it's so easy to make the DIY version in any color you like. I did make some slight adjustments to sizing the SVG files so everything fits nicely. The 4 materials you're going to need are number 1, a sturdy cardstock that's 11 by 17 inches. I can't stress enough, the weight of the cardstock should be at least 100 pounds. Anything less than that will be a flimsy material and your box will fall apart. The best cardstock is from envelopes.com. I purchased the Jupiter Metallic for the red and Rose Quartz Metallic for the pink box. There's so many shades to choose from for custom orders, and the price breakdown is 96 cents per sheet for 50. Much more reasonable buying in bulk than the smaller packages at the craft store. Number 2 is a green mat in 12 by 24 inches. Green is the standard grip. Number 3 is a high quality glue. I recommend the Barely Art Craft Glue. And last are your tools, the scoring stylus and deep point blade. Next are the SVG files. I used this heart-shaped gift box from the Etsy shop AC Design UK. After purchasing, download all the files. There will be 4 altogether. There's 1 base, 1 lid, and sides for each. I call them the lasagna noodles. Once everything is downloaded, let's get cutting and upload all the SVGs to Cricut Design Space. First, go ahead and start with the base. Click on the size menu to adjust the dimensions to 8.857 width by 8.8605 height. There's no scoring or anything else to do, so click Make It. The material is 11 by 17, click on that. By mistake I put 12 by 24 since that's the size of the mat. Then for the material, select heavy cardstock. Keep in mind the fine point blade won't cut through the heavy cardstock, and Design Space doesn't specify the right tool for some reason, so don't forget to load the deep point blade into clamp B instead of the fine point blade. And last, select more for the pressure. Load the mat into the machine and press the start button to cut the heart. And guys, if you think this tutorial is straightforward and easy to follow so far, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Unload the mat and peel away the scraps. At this point, you'll really see how high quality the paper is. It's flexible and resistant to tearing. Now for the lid, it looks the same, however it needs to be slightly larger to fit over the base. Size the dimensions to 8.949 width by 8.9475 height, and print with the exact same printing settings from before. For this example, I showed you with the Rose Quartz Metallic paper. Last are the lasagna noodles. There are 2 pairs, so what you are going to do is upload both pairs to one canvas to print them together on 1 sheet of cardstock. To add the scoring lines, go to the right and hold down your command key as you click the layers for the lines. Then find the drop-down menu and click Score to make the dotted lines. Do that for the other pair as well. All we need to do is resize each pair. The thin noodles are 4.6485 width by 15.192 height, and the thick sides are 5.253 width by 15.441 height. It's so important to resize them correctly so the design is proportionate. The last step is to select both pairs and click the paper clip icon to attach them together. This allows us to print them both on one mat. The printing settings are going to be the same except for the tools. If you have the Explorer or Maker machine, select the scoring stylus as the scoring tool and load that into clamp A, and keep the deep point blade all set to go in clamp B. The Cricut will automatically score and cut without having to switch out any tools. If you're enjoying so far, be sure to join the party and subscribe and click that bell to receive all notifications. Look at that satisfying peel. It's time to assemble this box. I wanted to compare and show you guys the difference that a strong glue makes. For example, I tried glue dots for the box on the left. They were quick and convenient, but only worked temporarily. Overnight, the box came apart. The craft glue works best while keeping the box neat. This was the same glue from my baseball cap treat box video. If you tried making those hats before, you know there are lots of pieces that need to be on point. If you haven't tried this glue before, it's so much better than the hot glue method. The hot glue dries so fast and leaves the panels with an uneven look. It's hard to tell both hearts apart. Remember that the lid is slightly larger than the base. Avoid mixing them up since the lid matches with the thinner noodles and the base matches with the thicker noodles. I'm creasing all the tabs along the score lines really well and the one on the edge. Then to set up the sides, you need to attach them together with the edge tabs overlapping each other. This may take 15 to 20 seconds for the glue to completely hold. Try your best to be patient. Add a few dots on the tab and press down for a while until completely secure. The second part is attaching the sides to the base 1/2 at a time. With the first half, begin applying a dot of glue to 3 to 4 tabs at a time and press. Feel free to adjust while the glue is still moldable. The rounded edges are the hardest, but once that's set up, it's simple from there. Continue gluing 3 to 4 tabs and check that the tabs line up nicely and are completely sealing the edges. Once the first half is complete, turn the box to the other side, gluing down the other half with the same method. It should look just like this. On the bottom, by the pointy edge of the heart, locate both of the tabs to glue the left tab inside of the right tab. Hold for several seconds to keep them flush before letting go. Here is our finished lid along with the base, assembled with the same method. Last but not least, let's dress up our box with beautiful berries, roses, and other decorations. Keep in mind, if you are using real flowers, the floral foam needs to be a wet floral foam. However, since I'm using silk flowers, I cut my dry floral foam into smaller blocks to fill in most of the base. You could find the floral foam at Dollar Tree in the craft aisle. If you decide to go with silk roses like me, the quality is everything. Your local florist is the best option for realistic ones. Call a few places nearby you to check before you go. It's hard to tell on camera, but the roses on the left from Amazon had wrinkled petals, not as realistic, yet more money, and the selection in Michael's floral department was very limited this year. Prep the roses by trimming the leaves and stem with pliers, short enough to push completely down into the foam. The first arrangement is a crown of roses. The amount of roses you fit depends on the size of the flowers. These were slightly bigger than the pink roses. Go all around until the border of the box is completely filled. I was able to fit 9 roses. I also like to place the lid directly underneath the base to reinforce the box while giving it a classy and polished look. Add a generous amount of shredded crinkle paper to the center. I cover over the floral foam but add more and more as a cushion, and place your berries inside your mini cupcake liners. The second arrangement is half roses, half berries. Cut your floral foam to line half of the heart however they fit. I made a wedge shape on the edge and a strip down the middle. Grab some Ferrero Rocher chocolates. You could attach them to the floral foam with hot glue if you prefer to keep them secure. I used 9 of them. Then I filled the other half with pink crinkle paper and these blush colored roses. Especially for the half box designs, it helps to have smaller roses so you're able to fit as many as possible, and top the other half with your 5 berries. A gold glitter Valentine's Day topper adds an elegant touch. This Etsy shop, Cutting Machine Files, had so many of them. If you want to make yours instead of ordering last minute, I scaled mine to 3.47 by 3.1 inches and cut it out on gold glitter cardstock with a fine point blade. Super simple to do this with an SVG instead of waiting for it to arrive in the mail, and you can always resize it to your needs. I hope you guys enjoyed making these very cute heart boxes with me and you learned something new. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, and comment below if you like the red crown of roses box with the tic-tac-toe berry or the half and half pretty in pink style. It's Christina here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.